right, everybody, in today's Fresh Out the Box, we're going to be checking out the Emerica, the Low Vulc, literally what it's called, the Low Vulc. So this shoe I've actually, if you're like me and you've been skating as long as I have, which I don't want to admit for the lack of skill that I have, you might remember this shoe. This actually was the Reynolds 3 a long time ago, and then before Reynolds went to Vans, they actually redid the shoe and they just called it the Low, but very, very similar shoe. One thing I'm definitely noticing is that it has a little bit narrow. I remember the older ones definitely had a little bit bigger toe box to them, or I shouldn't say bigger toe box, but definitely kind of stayed wider here, so they definitely slimmed that up, which makes the shoe look a little more sleek, but this thing is pretty cool. One of the things that I really like about it too is this reverse stitch right here, where the shoe is actually, you can actually see right here, they actually don't layer the two pieces of leather. They actually put them inside and stitch it on the inside, so there's less of a chance of blowing out a seam. But yeah, let's get these things on and see how they feel. All right. Okay. Actually, not too bad. They're definitely, it was gonna help me put the shoe on. Really snug right across the top of my foot. So right off the bat, I'd say if you've got really high arches, this might not be the shoe for you. It might be a little too tight. It's not too bad though. It actually feels like it's gonna break in. It's one of those things where, you know, when you're getting new shoes, you put them on and they feel really, really snug, and sometimes they just feel way too snug, and you know, like, this probably isn't gonna break in, but these actually feel like they're gonna break in. My left foot actually already feels a little bit better, but yeah, I'm excited to skate these things. Let's go check them out. All right, end of day one. Shoes feel fantastic. I mean, I know, like, right off the bat, they definitely felt a little tight in here, but I'm telling you right now, after just a little bit of riding around, they actually stretched out really, really well, and they kind of feel like part of my foot. One thing I didn't notice too is that they actually do a canvas on the inside here to help your foot breathe a little bit, which pretty stoked about. And then another thing that I actually didn't mention, which I realized as I was skating, was that the insoles on these are actually the G6 insoles, so super, super comfy, and they actually make the shoe kind of feel like a little thicker shoe than it actually is. So yeah, pretty pleased after a day of skating them fresh out of the box. Wear them around for a week and see how much they break in, and yeah, we'll see how they do. All right, day 7 of the Emerica, the Low Vulc. Great shoes, Really, really surprised. You know, I'm not a big Vulc guy myself. I usually like cup soles and shoes a little more tech in them. But these things actually fit and feel really good. They actually skated really well too. A little bit, I liked them a little bit more than I thought I was going to, just because I'm not a big Vulc guy. But I think the fact that it's got that nice thin sole and the extra thick G6 insole definitely makes them feel like a little thicker, you know, more cushiony shoe underneath your foot, but you still get that flex of a Vulc shoe. But yeah, wear and tear, not too shabby. Kind of see there's you know, a little bit on the toe there at the top of the Vulc, but the leather itself is actually holding up really, really well. You can barely tell I've skated them. Yeah, really, really surprised and really, really like those shoes. Definitely appreciated that canvas panel on the inside too. My feet get sweaty pretty easily. They're a little sweaty now, but they're not too bad. Definitely would have been way worse if it didn't have that extra breathability on that canvas panel there. Yeah, overall, really, really surprised and really, really like these shoes. Definitely fresh out of the box. You can skate these things 100% zero break-in time. My foot is a 10.5 usually, and these are 10.5. So if you got any questions as to how they're going to fit your foot, check down in the description. There's a link to a video about my foot and how it measures up compared to the size charts. It can help you make a decision as to what size is going to fit your foot the best. One thing I would say is if you do have wide feet, I would stay away from this shoe. For me, it stretched out pretty well. I pretty much knew it would right off the bat from you know, putting them on. I could kind of tell they were snug, but not too crazy snug. But somebody with a wider foot, you'd probably have to go up a half size, which you don't want to do because then you lose board feel. So I'd say if you got a wider foot in general, I would actually stay away from this shoe. But you know, narrower feet or even regular width feet, no problem at all. But yeah, if you got any questions about this shoe or any other shoes, leave us a comment down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. Want to make sure we get you in the right gear. Definitely check out thehouse.com for all the colors we've got available in the Low Vulc right now. And yeah, grab yourself a pair and get out and skate. 'Cause any day of riding is a good day of riding.
Fresh.